We have Vikings and the Chiefs, Week 6. Where do you come from in this game? Ugly because yeah, yeah. I you know what? I think that's the biggest highlight of this game. Despite the Chiefs losing, KC shut down AP. I think that's like the biggest thing. Like, despite like I said, Chiefs losing, like you could at least say that your defense can stop Adrian Peterson. You can't win the game, but at least you can say that you stopped Adrian Peterson for not having like a hell of. I mean, Adrian Peterson had one, I think, 28-yard run, so it was a pretty big run. But other than that, I don't know, not really anything lights out from him or anything. Not what we expect Adrian Peterson to do. Yeah. I apparently in an interview, Mike Wallace flat out said that Stefan Diggs reminds him exactly like Antonio Brown, and this is coming from Mike Wallace, who played with them on the Steelers, who saw it firsthand, and that's a pretty big statement to say. Uh, Now, how much you want to take that into consideration? Because before the season started, Randy Moss said that Brandon Cooks was going to be big this year, and that didn't really happen. So I don't know, but I think the difference is because Stefan Diggs is already showing his potential, while Brandon Cooks never really showed much of anything so far this season. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Well, that's the thing. West came in and he pretty much showed to everybody that he is not Jamal Charles by any means at all. Although, going with the Vikings defense is that I'm not saying that maybe that they're an amazing defense, but they're good enough to win games, and that's really all you can ask for in a defense. Is that, I mean, you stopped them for only 10 points. You got that, but it was a low scoring game to begin with. So I don't know. It's kind of a horse apiece, whichever way you want to look at it. But I wouldn't say necessarily their defense is bad by any means, and that's helping them a lot for a very young team. I mean, I predicted that Vikings could steal a wild card spot this year, and I still believe that because they're showing that every single week. They're slowly getting better and better, and that's what I kind of was alluding to because I predicted that back in week 2. I said the Vikings are going to take the Seahawks wildcard spot, and everybody's like, no, 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 the Seahawks. There's no way. But look at the records now. They really, really show that they could steal the Seahawks playoff spot. And they really. I figured you're gonna say that in the Saints video. You probably say it in the Saints video again. Yeah. I bet. True. You know, they have a damn good shot, and the team that does not have a shot for the playoffs anymore, the Chiefs. They're 1-5. I, the, Oh, definitely, and that's something that's kind of amazing because I think you and I agree with this, and I think a lot of other sports analysis foresaw before the season started that the Chiefs were going to be a hard team to beat this year, and they proved complete otherwise. Even with Jamal Charles, you can't. This is their first game without Jamal Charles. You can't blame the loss without Jamal Charles because they weren't winning with him anyway. And another kind of that's actually, I was just about to say that he cost them a win with a fumble, and they lost this game because of a fourth quarter fumble too. Maybe not like at the very end of the game like it was, but it definitely shifted momentum enough to lose. That's a hard question. That's a really hard question, and to be honest, if it were me, I would say yes. Yeah. We talked about this in a previous episode, and we talked about Andy Reid, and you're the one who mentioned that he is a very old school coach, and I feel that the NFL has evolved too much, and he hasn't stayed on par with the evolution of the game, and so he's still coaching old school football from 10 years ago, and that doesn't work anymore in the NFL. And that's why, and I feel bad for even saying this because I have a lot of respect for Andy Reid. I honestly think he's going to be a Hall of Fame coach. I really do. I definitely think he could well, yeah. I mean, he's definitely eligible for Hall of Fame coach. I think he should get it. I have a lot of respect for him, but at the same time, the NFL has evolved so much, and he hasn't evolved or adapted with it. And I think because of that, it's time to get a new head coach that's willing to do so. And so, you know what? What's your opinion about Andy Reid? Let us know. Yeah. Yeah. As been, it's not even enough to get them into the playoffs at this point. At least with amongst their division. And I think with that, leave a comment on what you think about the future of Andy Reid, what you think of the future of the Chiefs, how they can potentially bounce back, and hey, even the future of what you think the Vikings are going to lead into. And make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Links are in the description. I would love to hear from you. That was a little creepy.